This is Rick.
This is Steve.
He's on cold medicine.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that great.
I feel awesome.
I bet we'll make it through.
I think we will.
I think we'll make it through.
We had a question from a Talk Smack commenter.
Yes, a man named David, who was asking about the nature of worship.
Like, what is it?
Yeah.
What's it for?
Yep.
And
what purpose does it serve? And maybe we can kind of discuss the parameters of it, a little bit of history on it, a little bit, and what does it mean to us, and leave it open for other people to chime in and tell us what you think.
like you.
Because we don't have all the answers. We just have our answers.
No, we don't even have our answers.
And, especially me today.
We have thoughts, responses,
There you go.
whatever. I would just go with, I can do a little historical thing, which is there's the tradition, I think, throughout all of history, which is that people have this sense that there is something big outside of themselves, beyond themselves, collectively, and then they try and find a way to communicate with that big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, especially in ancient practices and ancient worldviews, some of which still continue, the thing that you have to do with the god or the gods or the spirit or the spirits or whatever is appease them.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't kill me. Please help our crops grow. Please don't bring disaster on our village. Please, we want to make you happy. What can we do to make you happy so that you'll bless us? What can we do to make you happy so you won't kill us?
There are usually some predetermined variables that you have to play towards to get a specific result.
Well, over time, what's going to happen, like in any other system, is there are going to be some ground rules.
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be based on some common understandings,
right?
And there are going to be some rituals,
sure, that
develop over time. And then what happens is that people feel like those are, for lack of a better term, real.
Mm-hmm.
Like you grow up in it, and then the next generation grows up in it, and then after a while, it's not like something that some people came up with. It's like
it is what it is,
right?
Yeah.
And worship, my sense of it is in lots of different traditions, whether we're talking about an Eastern tradition or a Western tradition or a Christian or non-Christian tradition.
Right.
Worship is in some way the act of participating in appeasing, asking, thanking, making offerings to God or the gods.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that when people are gathered tribally, that they enact these rituals. They say they talk to the god or the gods in these ways. They behave according to certain patterns.
Right.
And then this thing occurs where they are connected to collectively the supernatural, the beyond the natural, the divine, the mysterious, the whatever.
So, if we step into a more present perspective on it, two questions come to mind. One, if you are trying to find some value for worship in your life, is there something tangible? Is there some reason for it in a modern sense? I mean, I think probably not all, but a lot of modern faithful people don't feel like there's nearly as much need to do A in order to get the result B. Or maybe there are. I guess maybe.
Do you think there are?
I'm trying to be optimistic. But let's assume that we don't adhere to a strict, do something right in order to please a God, and then you can get the good thing.
Are you really seriously saying that people don't do that?
No. I'm stepping.
Pardon me for my cynicism at this point.
No. So, but just for a second, let's say that you and I are going to worship, and we don't subscribe to that.
Okay.
And so, what are we getting out of worship, I guess, is the question. And the second kind of, I think, important and connected is, does it always have to happen at the same time every week? And does it have to happen inside a structured building or space or even a holy site? Or can it just be something that you go do? It seems to me, and I'm pretty, I'm pretty flowing and fluid with my personal feelings about worship, but I feel that worship is really an excuse to get together with somebody else, put everything else aside, kind of clear my mind, and dedicate some time to thinking about maybe some things I might not have thought of if I didn't make that effort. Being thankful for what I have, being acknowledging the importance of God in my life,
Mhm.
and sharing it with other
Excuse
people.
me.
And that can be in between the first and second feature of a movie. It could be at
Right.
a restaurant. It could be in church. It
Right.
could be outside church. It could
Right.
be at a wedding.
Right.
And it seems that's to me. I'm sure some people think I'm going to hell for believing
Well,
that, and many other things.
I'm
but-
sure you are, but no, I mean that sounds like a reasonable, a pretty solid way of approaching what this is.
Mm.
What is it? The thing that we're dealing with in the emerging world in the 21st century is, I have had many people tell me, and I've actually experienced this too a lot, and I do this for a living,
Mm.
right? Some of the most profound experiences that they've had of the divine or the other
Right.
don't necessarily happen in any sort of churchy structure
Right.
or building, but the other or set time and location or whatever. But the other side of that is that there are lots of people who say, but I need that. I need some sort of structure to help me connect and
Sure.
feel connected to God and feel connected
Right.
to my community or my tribe or
Well, I think the nature of human existence is an argument for the value of rituals.
mm-hmm,
I mean, there really is distinct value to be found
mm-hmm,
in doing something a very specific way, either because it's always been done that way, or we've agreed that we're going to do it this way,
Mhm.
and doing it repeatedly like that. It's kind of in some ways the way the brain works, and we can we can intellectualize away a lot of that, but ultimately I think that's how kind of the base
Yeah.
mind works.
yeah. In which case, then what can happen out of that is, on the one hand, it can become dogmatic
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't dress a certain way or you don't say a certain set of words or you
Mhm.
don't sing a certain set of songs, then you did not,
It wasn't valid.
you didn't worship, you didn't
Right.
appease the gods, or you didn't obey
Right.
the traditions, or you
Mhm.
broke the rituals or
Right.
whatever. The other hand, it can also be in a I think more healthy way. This is meaningful for me, and I know that there are lots of different expressions, right? And I'm
Mhm.
aware that there are lots of different experiences, but this is meaningful for me for what I choose.
Yeah.
This is a mechanism by which I connect to community and to God.
That sounds great. So what do you do? What is your ritual? Or what is the thing that you would consider?
Or is it even of any value at all?
Yeah.
Why worship at all? Why
What do
not
you do?
just-
What do you do in lieu of worship, maybe, or what do you
how-
enjoy doing? Maybe that's a celebration in itself.
Yeah. So it's a big question.
We'd love to hear from you.
Break it down.
So log in, and I'm going to go take some more cold medicine.
I'm gonna go take a nap. That's all I can take. Bye.
Bye bye.